MMC of Community Development, MMC Nkonku. The MMC of Human Settlement, MMC Mabaso. Then we have the Chief Whip of Council, Councillor Zungu. Then we have Chair of Chair, Opuma, Region E, Councillor Marema. Abona this biasness, yama constituency, abona le. Then we have Section 79, Chairperson, Councillor Zikebe. We also have Section 79, Chairperson, Councillor Rapadu and Councillor Mpolobosho. Our ward councillor and PR councillor is quite a long list. Can I ask all of them to stand? Now, I'm a councillor Wayne. Yeah, you know your councillors. Hence the round of applause again by Pezulu. I would like for our junior student councillors to also stand. These are our children who aspire to be part of the project to fix Johannesburg so that Johannesburg is a world-class African city. So that's why we invite these kids so that they can learn from us and even do better, especially ladies and again. We didn't come alone, we came with the administration here too. We've got the Chief of Police, Chief Jaka. We've got Group Head for CRAM and Group Head for GSPCR. And we've got EGD Mbulelo Ruda. But you know who's the important guest, Langam Sanj? It's you, the residents of Region E. So we are happy to be with you and we thank you for honoring the invite. This is your meeting. Bazo presenter, but this is your meeting to speak your mind in terms of what will be presented from e-draft IDP. I would like to call the Executive Mayor, or Councillor Silodada Murero, the first resident of the city. Please give him a round of applause as he comes here to present.
Sanbona isabotage le. Right, yeah. Good afternoon, good evening, Dumelang kaofela. We are here to give a short presentation around the IDP, and then we'll listen to your contributions more than our presentation. Presentation ena, it's what we commit to do as the city and what we have also done as the City of Johannesburg. Now, in understanding our vision, we are saying this is a people's plan because we want to hear your contribution, njengomphakathi, of all the regions in Johannesburg to contribute in enhancing the work that needs to be done in your areas. So we are saying through this IDP, the following commitments should be about this IDP. One, we are saying we need to be listening to our residents, to hear you what you want to contribute towards the integrated development plan. Sinizwa ukuthi nina njengemiphakathi yase Johannesburg, especially kule region esikuyo, yini izinto enifuna ukuzibona ziyenzakala, uhulumeni azenza asebenza nani. Two, city, we want to be building trust through transparency, which is trust between ourselves as the municipality and our residents, by ensuring that we are transparent in all the work that we're doing. So, re batla ho aga tshepo le trust between rona as government, le lona as community. And the only way to rebuild the trust is to be transparent in all the reporting le mosebetsi o re o etsang as government. The third point that we're committing ourselves to is focusing on the basics. That we need to focus on the basics of local government, ensuring that the traffic signals work, the roads and potholes are patched, water supply and electricity supply is constant in our communities. The fourth one that we are committing to is delivering real results. So that Sisbo Peguti will give results to the issues that we are raising. And this will include our turnaround times in resolving the queries that we are faced with. So siyazibophelela ukuthi mhlambe ipipe imalibhestile ngesikhathi esisokumele ukuthi sesilivalile. So izinto esifuna ukuzenza in committing government. And the important part is also about planning for the future. Because Johannesburg is continuing to grow and it's growing on a monthly basis. We are receiving about 18,000 people that are migrating into Johannesburg. So there's constant growth. Therefore, we must be able to plan for the future. We are currently 5.8 million people. And I think in the next 4 years, we would have probably added another 1.2 into the population. It is then projected that Johannesburg or Gauteng itself in the next 5 years or so will be 30 million. That's the growth that is being projected of this province. And Johannesburg is the biggest contributor of that number. We're sitting at 5.8, the entire province is sitting just around 15 million. So we need to plan for the future on an infrastructure, on bulk infrastructure, so that when that growth happens, we can keep up with the growth. At this stage, we're really not keeping up with the growth that we're experiencing, so we need to ensure that we are able to pick up and plan for the future. But we are then saying that people must be at the center of this development. So I'm saying communities should be able to contribute proposals and suggestions and be at the center of this development. For example, at times government may decide that we are going to put a road here, and communities may suggest in the same word that we don't think it's logical to put a road there, but the teachers are battling to go to school. So why not build a road here where it's taking the people to the school? So that's why we are saying you must be at the center of this development. But being at the center of the development also means you need to take responsibility of helping us to grow and protect our communities. We go further to say you had given us particular mandates in the last IDPs and in all other sessions. And in Region E in particular, you identified key burning issues. La Region E nasirezela indaba enizibona ukuthi lezo zinto yizo izinto ukuthi mhlambe ziyanhlupha la eregionini. Two, izinto enizibona ukuthi yizo ezibalekile kakhulu ore ridilukise mo regionini yalona. And those issues spoke to maintenance of cemeteries. Whether kiko Alexander or kiko Kai, we need to deal with the issue. Yamabitla, how we maintain our cemeteries. We have raised it as a concern because they end up being places where women are raped and all sorts of things do happen. Our people are even afraid now to go to their graves, to clean the graves of their loved ones, because the safety issues is compromised, the grass is so big. So we need, you said in this region, this is the key issue. 2, best pipes. 3, crime in this region. You are raising crime as one of the burning issues that's affecting you. Encroachment, we are also raising it as a concern in government, because sometimes we are unable to deal with service delivery issues because of encroachment, because you have built your structures on top of servitudes, on top of all other issues, and you are unable to enter. So those are some of the things that we are also raising as government, that encroachment becomes a problem in our communities. Economic opportunities, you are saying, are key, and we're not seeing a lot of economic opportunities coming into your wards. And that also speaks to skilling of young people into different skills so that they can be productive economically. Electricity and electrification, we do have challenges as it relates to electricity supply. We've got some informal settlements that we have not been able to electrify as a result of challenges that we have. Enforcement of bylaws, environmental health issues in terms of your clinics, human settlements, illegal connection, which remains a bigger problem that you as communities mele siqale sikhulume ngayo ngoba iyasihlupha illegal connection of electricity and water, because it's causing a problem. So all of us must begin to talk about how we deal with illegal connections in our communities. Khona lento bathi noise pollution, that we must also talk about it. Nyabona ubaba uyamkhomba umngani wakhe ukuthi uthanda ukudlala umgongo abangumsindo ya. So we need to deal with noise pollution. And today in the mayoral committee we're receiving a report on the air, nibizani? Mabas, nithe air what? Debe sikhuluma ngayo namhlanje. Air quality. Ngoba mhlambe anazi nina. Sihlala simonitora i-air quality uthinjani lapha ko lifawufawu. Because we important all the time re tsebe air quality ya rona e jwang. Mara ge ha le tjhesa mataera le affecta air quality, because musi o affecta moya o. Number 2, ha le tjhesa matlakala musi ole o affecta air quality ya ko Alexander. So re gona e monitor re air quality ya ko Alexander ha ya ema sentle. And as a result of that, you may find that we contribute to other diseases with a chest related and so on and so on. So re tlo le kopa vele le ka she tloelang go tshisa mataera. A mataera go tenne go na le batho ba le ba wankang ba wa isa go ba lo recycle mataera. O ska le tshisa. La le toito ya le kwatile le ska tshisa le taera, because le affecta air quality. Le toito yo peacefully re tla re responda mo ditletlebong tsa lona, and you must protest when you are unhappy, but in a disciplined manner. Potholes remain a problem. How ya ko Lenin, ki Lenin Drive, ki Lenin, it's so bad. Then khona le nngwe ba itse ke amana le lebitso la kokasi. Ko Chibobu. So we need to resolve those things immediately, because those are service delivery matters which government must respond. They don't have to wait for IDP. IDP is more of a long-term plan and broken into annual plans. That's what the IDP is all about. But tse dingwe tshwantse re respond. So re buile ka sheko le JRA, gore ba tsamaye ba ye ko Alexander ba lo lokisa Shibobo le Lenin immediately. And I think by the London Road in le mathata. So those are service delivery. Ha di batle le kopano e. Gore fela as government, we must be a responsive government. So re kopile JRA re itle itlo lokisa. Ha ba sa tla by next week Friday, le bue le councillor for le councillor tsa ko Alexander ke tsemo. Le nna le ka mfounela. Re tla tla re bua ka yona. We have also raised issues about service delivery, which we are saying these are the key service delivery challenges tse re nang le tsona mo region. Now we have segmented all the key service delivery challenges that you have. You have issues around infrastructure, which is about roads, resurfacing potholes. There's issues around pipe bursts, illegal electricity connections, street lighting, land invasion, and stormwater. Stormwater is one of the biggest problems precisely because we had not preempted the levels of rains that we are going to receive as a result of climate change. Now we know with climate change that we are going to have heavy rains in Johannesburg. We also know now that it's going to even rain in winter in Johannesburg, something that never happened before. So you'll see it will even rain throughout June and July. It's the reality. Therefore, we need to focus on stormwater because the rains are bringing more water and it's affecting some of our areas. We are also saying land invasion remains a problem because we are unable to plan properly. Let's take between Lenin Road and Shibobo. There's people who took land illegally, they are doing something there. I don't know, Ricky, construction or ba etsa ditena. Ba etsa ngte for batho bale, ke ditena. That lefatshe le le mo pela Shibobo le Lenin, the one we were complaining about. Yeah. Now the way they have done, they are affecting the stream. And that is why we're having problems of the roads because the water spills over, and even if you build the road, the water will still come over and affect the tar. So we need to remove those people forcibly from that area because what they've done, it's illegal. Illegal dumping also remains a problem. And illegal dumping then affects us because go tlhaga magundwane, go tlhaga magotla felle ko dintlong, and they transport diseases into our households. Then bana ba kula da catch dintho tse re sa di tsebeng because of illegal dumping. And we want to ask you to desist from illegal dumping. If you have extra waste, let's find better ways of dealing with excess waste as opposed to you just dumping. Because our areas must be clean. It can't be us contributing to making our areas dirty. So, umphakathi wase Region G, you have a responsibility to clean your areas and keep them clean. And the only way is to refuse to do illegal dumping. There's a lot of informal trading that is not properly regulated. Everybody will decide a fella. So we want to regulate that environment because it's causing us service delivery challenges. So we want to work with traders in the region. We regulate and give them proper areas to work on. The Lion of Alexander, we acknowledge that Linda Twal. We acknowledge you, Tate. This Talandwe Sako Alexander, Sako Township. Maybe therefore you must apply to the president so that we actually honor Ntate Linda Khantle. At least we are giving you roses whilst you're still alive. Now we are raising issues that on the projects that we have given CAPEX, which is our capital expenditure. So how it's a budget as government, we do it in two ways. We've got the operating expenditure. Then we've got what we call capital expenditure. Capital expenditure is where we set aside money to do big projects and long-term projects in our CAPEX budget. OPEX is about servicing, it's about maintenance, and it's also about salaries, the day-to-day commitments of the City of Johannesburg. So we split it into two. Now, in your region, there are projects that we're able to deliver and complete, and there are those that we could not complete, and there are those that we are still going to do in this budget of 2025-2026. Sometimes you'll see that this issue has been in the IDP, but we have never implemented. And at times it's as a result of budgetary constraints, because the needs compete, and we have to then see what are the critical issues that we can afford to do in that particular budget year. So sometimes le na lo bona hore ntwe khale le mo IDP mara e etsa khale. The last year ne le mo 2016 ne le mo, but go so bona khale hore ya etsiwa project. Sometimes ha re fitla re qeta ho passa le budget, re na le ho dula fatshe re thole hore go na le shortage. Mosebetsi o ne re nana re tla o etsa ka hore re nana hore budget ya rona e tla fihla mo re batlang e fihle teng, o thola le hore ha e fihle. Therefore re shebe hore mohlomong e ha re no e etsa re tla etsa ka jareng e nngwe a re etseng e ka hore re bona hore e le botlhokwa. So you will find those type of situations as we present the IDP and as we present our budget. The number of projects that have been done in your area, some are in progress, some have been completed. City Power has been doing projects in your wards. There's also a solar high mast that they are doing. JRA has also been doing some work in Ward 32. In all the wards, trying to deal with traffic signal upgrades. You know that the robots are constantly, our traffic signals remain a problem. Sometimes it's as a result of those who steal the copper. And once they steal the copper, the traffic signal will not work. Sometimes they come and cut it. I don't know if you have seen it. Babatlana le copper inside. Sometimes it's as a result of power supply between ourselves and ESCOM that you find that our traffic signals are not functioning. With the high levels of rains, some of them have been affected because the cabling in terms of electricity supply gets affected. But the biggest problem remains vandalism. So we need to try and talk to our communities to leave the traffic signals. That is why we are now changing the copper inside to the slimmest one, which will not have value in the syndicate market. Joburg Water has also been doing programs and projects in your wards. Some completed, some are still there. Whether it's in Melrose, in Cedar Lakes, in Rivonia. So there's projects that we continue to do, and you've got your copies. You can go through that because I don't want to keep you for too long. JDA is also doing work. We have also requested JDA to go and visit the hospice in Ward 105. Am I right, Defo? So that they can help us deal with some of the structural challenges that we have there. These are the JRA projects right up to Ward 32, including Pick It Up in 72, Ward 72. There are also projects that we are doing, some completed, some in progress, some we've just approved the budgets. And all this that I'm talking to is your CapEx projects. Now, in our capital expenditure, this year we are putting about 7.1 billion to try and address CapEx challenges. But our wish is to get our CapEx, at least on an annual basis, to be at 10 billion. In that way, we think we'll be able to deal with the projects. So these are the projects that you find in your wards. Because if I were to go one by one, we'll be here until 11. But you've got copies. You can check in your wards and say whether this thing is happening or it's not happening. It's all the way CapEx, CapEx, CapEx. Now I'm going to deal with this slide in Region E that shows the allocations per departments and entities. And this is what we would have allocated in 2025, 2026. This is what we'll be allocating 2026, 2027, right up to 27, 2028. So the budget process ya masipala ibereka kaje. Iba an annual budget which starts 1st July of that year and it ends the following year, end of June. So we're in a 12 months budget cycle. And in between, in January, we do what we call budget adjustment. Recheck out, did we spend our money proper? Are we able to meet our budget? Are we able to deliver on the projects? If we are not, we do it through the budget adjustment in January. Qeta ho etsa maloba mo ka February. Ba bang ba votetse, ba bang ha ba votela. Ha ke no tjho re ke ba feng ba sa votelang. So that's what we do in the budget. So this is what we have allocated, and you can go through it. We also indicate where we have been putting resources, like in City Power, in Joburg Water, in JRA. Those are the important service departments where the bulk of our budget will go to those entities, because they carry the biggest infrastructure of Johannesburg. For example, when we build a power station, it can cost us between 60 million to 140 million just for a power station. We spend about just around 8 million for 1 kilometer of a road. And that's how expensive it is. And we then budget to give to those entities, because the entity gets on the basics of the municipality, which is roads, electricity, and water. Now on section B, we really talk about what is the GDS response, because what is guiding us as masipala, nto e re guidang mo mosebetsing wa rona, re adoptile ntho e re bitsang re ke the Johannesburg Growth and Development Strategy, GDS 2040. So we have given ourselves a period of so many years that we will get Joburg to a certain level. And Kishore Arisotela ko 2040, we will review all the work that was done. And we then say 2060 or 2080, it's in 2080. Pero mina ngenza beeps, lento zamanamba ngizazi. Then we're going to plan for the next 40 years. But what is it that we're going to do to change Johannesburg? So that GDS is really what guides us in the work that we're doing. So the GDS itself has certain outcomes. Tsere tshwantse re di bone hore re mo tseleng e right ka mosebetsi o re o etsang. One of them, which is very important for rona, who improve our quality of life ya batho ba rona. One of the key outcomes is improved quality of life and development for our people. And in that outcome, we then make certain strategic priorities, which are IDP priorities, and one of them is safer cities. That in everything that we do, we are committing to creating a safer city. Everything we do, we must work towards creating a safer city. Sustainable service delivery, ensuring our turnaround times, ensuring when we put a pipe here, it's a sustainable pipe. When we put a signal, traffic signal, the quality of the roads should be sustainable. So it's all about sustainability, including the green economy, ensuring that we can deal with those issues of climate change, green economy, etc., etc. Energy mix, solar, mixing it with the grid so that we can produce alternative power sources. And that is why we have built a microgrid here in Alexander, in one of the informal settlements. I hope it's working well, and we're intending to replicate and roll out microgrids throughout Johannesburg, which are solar propelled. Infrastructure development speaks to providing a resilient, livable, and sustainable urban environment. So that Moli Dulante should be better places where our children can live better and can play. It means we must continue to work towards creating human settlements that are better for our people. The backlog in Johannesburg is now sitting at 300,000 at least in terms of provision of houses. And unfortunately, over the years, due to budget issues, we have only been building just around 5,000 houses, which basically says we are very far. And I know we are still far in terms of addressing the 96, 97 waiting list. Now we are trying to find ways of fast-tracking the delivery of houses, especially the 96, 97. Alexander, we also have a challenge of space. And we are then saying we need to find a much bigger land adjacent to Alexander so that we can do the human settlements and build houses for you. And that matter was resolved by council and it's on our agenda. The last part really talks about the pillars of the city in terms of how we want to provide services. So we went to a long workshop where we defined those pillars that informs us on what we're going to do to achieve on our GDS 2040 strategy. And we broke it down into 4 pillars. And those pillars is financial sustainability. Because we are alive to the fact that everything we want to do, we will not be able to do so unless we are financially healthy. It's the same way in your house. Unless you're financially healthy, you'll not be able to buy a TV, you'll not be able to put tiles. Government operates in a similar way. We need to be financially healthy for us to build the roads, the traffic lights, provide water and electricity. The second one is inner city rejuvenation. We have taken a decision that we are going to rejuvenate the inner city of Johannesburg and rebuild it to what it used to be and to be better. And that's the work we have been doing in this year, aggressively so, and we think we are beginning to see the results. You'll be shocked some of the things. The businesses tse diholo ha di re patale metsi wa bona lona le bypass tse di meter ke re ko Alexander le di bridges re ke bua language e le tseba wa bona le di bridges di dumelana le nna ke a le ska wara ke tla le fa print out o wena le wang le mang ke na le yona mo. But ha se e bridge wa ke di business tse di holo, then re na le bothata. Ha ke re lona le tswelle pele, I'm just saying ha se etsa ke batho ba di business tse di holo. Just this week the MMC ntse di matha ko tropong re thotse metlholo, big business bypassing water meters, electricity. So they've been consuming water and electricity and not paying the city. So we are on them now as part of the rejuvenation of the inner city of Johannesburg. Now, it then talks to the third pillar, which is safety and bylaw enforcement. And the last one is digital economy. And then we commit ourselves to what will be the enablers that will help us to achieve this thing. One of the key things we're saying is collaboration and partnerships. And for us to succeed, we must create these partnerships with business, non-governmental organizations, community organizations, and yourselves as a community, so that we can achieve what we want to achieve in the 4 pillars. I will not talk much about the key investment areas, which was our next slide. I want to talk about this slide about the budget allocation. It's an important slide because it helps everyone to understand how we do budgeting and where do we get the money. And ngithanda ukuyenza umzekelo ukuthi ekhaya endlini month end siyabheka izidingo zasendlini, kune grocery, kune carry abantwana, kune transport. Ayinsi siqala ngaleso bese sithi DSTV, sithi impahla, mase sifika ku number 7 sithi umasipala. So you budget, but in that budget you say this month we are here, we only have 15 or 10,000 or 5,000, sizoyihlukanisa kanje. Ubaba khona leya ifihlayo, leya zoyanayo emajideni. Athi ayifihla. Now it's no longer part of what? Of the budget. So I want to explain the budget process. Umbuzo kumele sihlale sibuza ukuthi igovernment le mali ithathaphi. 70% of our money as the City of Johannesburg, we get it from you. From rates and taxes, we charge you rates and taxes. And this year we are projecting just around 19 billion that we must raise from rates and taxes. We get money from the surpluses of electricity and water. I-profit ngamanye amagama. Ansi ngithengisela electric, sinthengisela amanzi. Sithole markup nyana e-profit. So that's where we get our money as the municipality. So 70% of our money comes from there for us to be able to support our budget. Then the other percentage comes from grants from national government. The new government uyasinika ama-grant. And lawo ma-grant, esikhathini esiningi, mabasinika i-grant bayasho ukuthi le grant yokuthi niyo-akha izindlu noma niyo-akha imigwaqo, or is for you to purchase buses. So all the grants are specific to what we must do. Amanye says it's for the clinics and so on and so on. So that's where we get our money from. That's the second part of where we get the money from as government. Then the last part is what we call loans and borrowings. So ngamanye amagama nathi su government siyaya eCapitec siyoboleka. Njengoba nani niya eCapitec niyoboleka. So we do exactly the same. We then say our budget is going to have a shortfall of 3.5 billion in this year. To close the shortfall, then we go for borrowings. So those are the three sources of income where we get our money as the municipality. So I thought I should take you through this important slide. So this year our capital expenditure is at 7.3 billion, which is just a slight increase from last year. Would have loved to push it to 10 billion, but we don't have the resources. Hopefully next year we can reach the 9 billion or 9.5 billion mark. Because once you've got a bigger capital expenditure, it means you are able to address real projects in the wards. And then our operation expenditure, OPEX, operating expenditure is sitting at 91.7%, which constitute around 80 billion rands for our operations. So that is how we have sliced our budget. Kule 7.3, nizobona si akha imigwaqo ehodini yakho, change amaroboto, si akha izindlu, nani. Sithatha kule 7 billion. Enye sithatha kuma operation, which is maintenance. Sizolungisa iholo, change ama-globes, change itayeli, nani. Zonke lezo sizithatha ku operating budget, which is our maintenance budget. Sikhathi utshani, kudala singawukhathi ngiyazi, siyeza sisazowukhatha besimele imvula zithule kancane. So we are going to be doing that from an operation budget. I'm going to talk about this one that talks to tariffs. Last qabana nani khona. Siyawakhuphula ngesinye isikhathi siyawayehlisa ama-tariffs. Manje kuma-property rates asinibulali. Futhi nina ubuningi benu enila ayini-affectile. Abantu baseMalboro angibaboni bakhona. Yibo nabaseCalvin. Yibo kumele bamise izandla kule. Abase township and affect my property rates. Put in Velenis Legele, good day, Bawakupulil, okay. So on property rates, it's a 1%, just under 1% increase. We're taking it to 4.6. Am I right, Margaret? And on the electricity, we are taking what ESCOM has done. We are just passing it on. We are not increasing. ESCOM Magate is 12.7. We just pass it on as it is. We are not increasing. But iyasibulala ke lento electricity mele sichaze. Asitholi le mali esithenge ngayo, ayibuyi yonke. Ngoba manje into esibiza ukuthi peak hour manje. Ngoba nonke ezindlini niyapheka. Bayibiza ukuthi peak hour. ESCOM usithengisela electricity ngo R4 something. So ngalesikhathi sithenga nge R4. Angithi electricity ayifani nesinkwa ukuthi uthenga iloaf ungayidla for 3 days. Kumele uloku uyithenga ngoba iyahamba yona. Ayikhoni ukuyistore. So we're buying at R4 something. Off peak sithenga nge R1.20. But masithengisela wena asithengisi nge R4 ngesikhathi sepeak. Sikuthengisela ngaleyo R1.20 siloku sikuthengisela ngayo. So siyaluza thina ngaleso sikhathi sepeak. Nang understand? Then on amanzi, we are now sitting at 13.90. That is for this budget. Sanitation, 13.90 for this year. Refuse, siyayikhupula, 6.6%. It's just a R2 increase on refuse. Because we thought it was important that we start building up reserves for cleaning the city. In fact, we might come back to you in the next year and said, we are going to introduce a cleaning levy. Because our city must be clean and we must force it for it to be clean. Now, there's this thing called free basic water. The 6 kiloliter free basic water, it remains. We're giving you, we are not changing it. But there are those of you who are pensioners and are on our ESP, Extended Social Package. As long as you are registered with us and you have a prepaid water meter, we are going to give you 15 kiloliters of water for free. So we are actually doubling what you are currently getting to 15 kiloliters. All you have to do is to ensure that you have registered and every 6 months you update your registration. Now, if it's 15 kiloliters, it means you are likely not to buy water every month. Because 15 kiloliters should be able to carry you through. We are also not increasing on the availability charges for prepaid meters or prepaid electricity. Now, kumbula last year, sa introduced the availability charge to R200. As it increases, ihlala injalo. Because sithe ake siyibambe besifuna uku-increase. Sabheka, sa-analyze, sathi le mali esiyiluzayo, which is around 700 million, we must find it somewhere else and not burden you as our customers. But those customers, which is about 102,000 of you, who are on prepaid electricity and are indigent, it's about 102,000 in the whole of Johannesburg. We don't charge you for availability charge. So therefore, I think I can close here by saying this IDP is focused on creating a fair, inclusive, and responsive city. It is focused on budget priorities so that we can support also the underdeserved communities or underserviced communities. And the tariff increases are kept at a moderate price so that we don't burden you as our customers. That service delivery challenges are being addressed through targeted infrastructure improvements and greater accountability. We are therefore saying this is a people's plan that must be shaped by you as communities and will ensure that no one is left behind. We are building a city where everyone can participate, contribute, thrive through strong partnerships and shared responsibilities. Program Director, Madam Speaker, I think I've dealt with the key issues of the IDP. I thank you.
Thank you, Executive Mayor. We are done with item number 3, which is presentation, and we're moving to item number 4, which is community input. This is the platform where you can contribute. But if you don't get a chance to come to the floor and submit your input, there are people at the table there on my right at the back. Quresh, please raise your hand so they can see you. Where are they sitting? Please stand up so they can see you guys. You can go to those 2 beautiful ladies at the back. They'll help you if you've got a smartphone. And the nice thing about submitting online, the query goes directly to the entity that you're inquiring about. I am not going to be the facilitator for this session. I'm going to ask the Chief Whip of Council, Councillor Zungu, to facilitate this session, which is the community input. Please remember, we are also going to be distributing hard copies. You can write your comments there. We are only going to take 2 people per ward. If I'm not mistaken, Region E, you've got 16 wards. I need number ward is 16. So 2 people per ward. Let's clap for the Chief Whip of Council, Councillor Zungu.
Sanibonani. Niyaphila nonke. Njengoba seshilo uSpeaker, igama mina nguSthembiso Zungu. I am the Chief Whip of Council in the City of Johannesburg. My role then becomes very simple, is that of taking hands. I think we have agreed that we'll take 2 speakers per ward, but maybe let me start by acknowledging the Executive Mayor, also the Speaker of Council, the MMCs, the councillors of Alex and surroundings, the chairpersons of different committees, the chair of chairs, the officials of the city, and most importantly yourselves, abahlali base Region E. Siyabonga. So ke singachithi isikhathi bahlali. So sinikeze 2 minutes per speaker. I know what your wards are diverse and so on, but in order to keep time, you always make sure that you keep it to 2 minutes, 2 speakers per ward. I will start with Ward 32. Ward 32, 2 speakers. Then Ward 72 can follow. You can start. Ayisebenzi.
Yeah, at least. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. And ngithanda ukubingelela the councillors, Mayor Dada, for taking his time to come and listen us here, and all his team, for you guys coming to listen us. Also invited us to be part of you. So, as Ward 32, I have looked at the mayor's presentation, and then in Ward 32 we have got various challenges. Last time here, on the last time IDP, we raised the issues of Central is an RDP area in Cliffontein. That area, it has been neglected. I think since 1997, if I'm not mistaken, when you build those RDPs. Even today, we have got almost, I can call the name of the street, Musina Street, we have got the Gideon Ramboan Street, we have got Malelane Street, we have got Mafiken Street, we have got even the passages. Those streets, they don't have tire. And we have raised this issue last year on your IDP, that could you please, as a city, could you please, can you put budget for that? And Mayor, I want to invite you. This one, honestly, we need to invite you as a community, because during elections, there are some officials, let me put it, there is an official MEC of Finance. He came there, MEC of Finance, Uleboane, he came there doing these campaigns. Tefu was part of that. I took these comrades, I took these two officials to those areas. They are aware about that area, or that area, it's underdeveloped. There's no tire road, crime, there's, I can't explain that area. So that's why I'm saying, all of you sitting there, before your term ends next year, before you come and ask us to vote you again, I invite you to come in Cliffontein, so that we can walk with you and see that area, so that when you come back, so that you can see what you should do there in that area. I'm begging you, put the budget for that. And then again, there is area we called Extension 1. Extension 1, this community, they don't have water. They don't get water at all.
Okay,
and
so
that area...
Your time is up.
No, you didn't give me time to... You didn't give me time.
Your time is up.
Okay, the second one will cover it. It's fine.
The next speaker from Ward 32.
Thank you so much. Greetings, everyone. Timekeeper, I think I wanted to appreciate the leadership. You are already counting there, but nonetheless, we want to appreciate you for being here, the leadership of the region. The point that I want to raise is based on the city power issues that we have in Klipfontein View. We have issues regarding city power. Every now and then we have power lightages. We want to understand what is the city doing with that issue that we are facing as a community. That's number one. Number two, JMPD should clear laws. We have issues in Klipfontein in terms of road infrastructure, mainly in some extensions, roads are not in proper conditions, like our colleague has said, especially Klipfontein Central. There are roads, Gideon Rambuani, Mosina, that have been in those conditions for quite some time. The other issue that I want to raise is the issue of the car washes. We have car washes that are operating in our communities. We don't have a problem with that, but the issue is how are they regulated in terms of creating order in the community? I think that is one of the pending issues. Lastly, leadership. I just want to raise this issue. I think these platforms that we are having
20
here.
seconds.
Yep, these platforms that we are having here, they are not as effective, Executive Mayor, and I'll tell you why. They are good, but I think when we come in this setting, we should have come in this setting while we have met in different wards with our councillors, so that our councillors, they plan. We don't have meetings with our councillors where we plan as a community, raise our issues. Then after that, when we come here, we know that issues from different communities are then absorbed, so that this meeting of this nature can be effective. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you. I will allow speakers from 72 to come forward. 2 speakers from Ward 72 may come forward. If there's none, we move to Ward 73. Anyone from Ward 73? Speaker, you see, I've said this before. I just want to register it again in this meeting. Speaker, this must be taken very serious. DA councillors do not attend IDPs. Except for Councillor Morisane and Strike. It's always 2 councillors, always. Councillor Strike, Councillor Morisane, and Councillor Rado. Only 3 councillors. And it's wrong. It happens all the time. It must be corrected. Please, Speaker. Thank you. Anyone from Ward 74?
No, 73.
Or 70?
73.
3? Yeah. No, you can come in, ma'am.
Good evening, everybody. I would like to,
73.
I'd like to know more about the public safety on Louis Botha Avenue, and it's not just Ward 73, but the whole of Louis Botha, where we've got lots of broken bylaws not being followed, public drinking, and just basically just going to pots, the whole of Louis Botha Avenue, and the crime as well that's associated with it. If we could find a way to address
Sorry,
that.
I can't hear nothing. I don't know, maybe it's the mic.
Hi, I'm from Ward 73, and I want to address or want some answers about the public safety in Ward 73, especially on Louis Botha Avenue, the car accidents, all this kind of stuff, and JMPD helping with to keep the bylaws in place.
Okay. Yep. Thank you very much, ma'am. Thank you. Okay, anyone from 74? 2 speakers from 74? No one. Coming, okay, thank you.
Good evening, Chairman, Mr. Mayor, Madam Speaker. Unfortunately, the Mayor, in his discussion going through the agenda, mentioned noise pollution very briefly. It is a problem. Using one line to describe it in your agenda, sir, is not quite acceptable. Ward 74 and perhaps the other wards that are here tonight are sick and tired of noise pollution, noise at 3, 4, 5 in the morning from illegal taverns, illegal spas. We are tired. Something needs to be done about that, urgently. The noise pollution from these illegal venues is unacceptable. Now, a big problem with this is we phone JMPD. JMPD says it's not our problem. Phone SAPS. We phone SAPS. They say it is not our problem. It is a JMPD problem. So, Council, I am asking you for additional budget to please train JMPD on how to deal with the public. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
And then also from Old 74, we are just want to raise this point of Rea Vaya in Louis Border, because that Rea Vaya is causing the crime. We can't go out, or maybe when we come from the work, like 6:30 is a lot of crime. We can't even pass that Rea Vaya at Louis Border. I don't know if Mayor, if maybe is something you can do about that Rea Vaya to remove it or to continue with that, because we are sick and tired of the crime in Louis Border. Especially we, the women, we are in trouble with that Rea Vaya. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Okay, 2 speakers, Ward 75. Ward 75, Ward 76 may follow. 2 speakers. Only 2 speakers. Only 2 speakers. Ward 75, 2 speakers. Ward 76 may follow very closely. Yes, 175. You can come in, sir.
Angibingelele Speaker, angibingelele wonke amakhansela, wonke umuntu okhona. My name is Musa Mabiga from Ward 75. Ngizoba mfishane. Ward 75, masikhuluma nge Ward 75, sikhuluma nge ward le engana ground at all. I-ground belikhona, abantwana bethu abadlali njengamanje. Abantwana bethu kwabekwa kuneminyaka kwabekwa ama-container. Mayimani phiri bekunama game khona laphana kuproducewa abadlali bebhola kuproduce kumnandi. So kunama container eWard 75 law asazi kwenzakalani kwakuthi kune hostel bekuthiwe kuzosusa abantu ehostela emadala hostel. Speaker ngeke uhlale hostela emadala hostel. Ngeke uhlale khona. So indawo enjalo sicela ukuthi isukunyelwe 75 indawo nje ecwasiwe, service delivery, even ukhansela wakhona ayikho into yenzayo, udoti wakhona ngathi akuhlali abantu khona. So iWard 75 nje indawo ecwasiwe kakhulu. Even nogesi usithi pha uma uhambile khona uyahamba u10 days kwabanye even noma kwi load shedding. So it's too much. I thank you very much.
Thank you, Sebo. Next speaker.
75. Ke a le dumedisa kaofela. Le nna ke module wa Ward 75. Ke na le some of the issues that I want to raise. Tse ile gore it's our problem in the ward. Maybe ya mathomo ya godimo ya o defita kaofela, it's crime around our area. I can't remember when last did I see a police van in our area. Aina mapodisa ba ba ipatrolang, we don't see them at all. E nngwe gape ke diterata tsa rona. Diterata tsa rona, they are so damaged. Maybe I will differ with the previous speaker, or the councillor is doing nothing. Ka lebaka la gore I always go to an office kilo reporter. She will show me the report tsa gore ke reportile. This is the response. So I can't push the blame to her. Service delivery, ba gore e poor ayo. A o tsamaye from first go fitla ko 80. He o ka tsamaya between Roosevelt and Ruth or le London, a go sena strata mo. O ka se tsamaye ka koloi ya gago le, even if we can invite you. The pavement, di adiseyo, di flat, go na le di flat tse ile gore since di report wa gore di selene di awa, there is nothing happening there. Re na le flat e wang ko boikhutsong with a big crack, gale re reportile. Councillor, she's showing me the response to housing. They are doing nothing about it. So nerikopa ka tswetswe gore re kopa gore le re attend le re thuseng before it goes bad.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Ward 76, 2 speakers.
Good evening, everyone, and all mayor, the colleagues tsa gae, di dumedisa, and the councillors kaofela. And nayaka kintwena ki batlo tsiba ka follow up karna kwele rina le IDP kwa ko ntwena ko Jabulani. Re butsisitse about di ntlo tsa di bond tsa gale tsa bo koko ba rona bo mme ba rona ba sokola ge pula ena roof e ntwena e kena metsi masenke ale ke ya gale so ke neng re kopa councillor mayor tata ne re kopa papa gore o re lokisetse dintlo tsa bo rona tsa di bonto tsa gale di kena metsi pula ge ena bo koko ba rona ba swima ko metsing ke gale re kopa he le ka etsa renewal ya dintwena ya masenke please. And then engwe kopa problem ya mo court ya rona ntwena mayor e re tshwara gampe di victims tsa rona di a hlukumeziwa di perpetrator ke tsona tse di tswellang ko pele di cases tsa bana tsa di rape ba di perpetrator di tswa discharge ba raba ba bone molato a kitso re ka etsa jwang ke gale re toitoela di ko police station and there is a mistake police station ya bereka ka re nkebe sa bereka court nkebe isna batho ba tshwerweng so go bontsha gore court ya bereka that's why police station ya bereka that's why batho ba le ba bangata so ke gale re toitoela 15 police station no re tshwanetse re straight ko court ro toitela magistrate prosecutor le di lawyer the way bankang chocho 99 banka chocho re shebile so re khathetse ka chocho di prosecutor ba re faila kopa mayor e tla tlo re lokisetsa please kralebo.
Thank you very much.
Greetings everyone, all protocol observed. I have got only concern about a human settlement that is the failest entities to all entities that we see. Housing, on the other way around, some of the boards or some of the roofings are falling inside the house. When we talk about this here, when we ask an assistant from human settlement, they used to tell us about the budget. When are we going to see the housing stroke human settlements to come and fix the houses that are falling, the roofs that are falling inside the houses? Number two, the issue of the toilets that are, some of the community members, they are staying inside the yards without a toilet. The other entity that we have a problem is the JRA that were as Ward 76 in Tuskay, we still need to have what you call a magabion, whereby some of the houses then they are falling inside. When we ask, then with this thing, they are still in the process. We are still waiting for Jesus Christ to come back. Then we are still also waiting at 11th Ruth. There is a stormwater drain blocked. Then the road is flushed or is eroded by the water. So we are asking JRA to come and do your job. So the budget we see, then we are asking that budget to come and do what is required to do.
20 seconds.
Thank you, sir. So, but they think that the budget that comes out, and then we cannot stay here and then nothing is going to happen. With those words, this IDP, after when we go out, meaning this thing should also remain here. We don't want to see the thing that is happening here to remain inside this hall. Thank you.
Thank you. Do we have any speakers from Ward 81? 2 speakers from Ward 81. You can come forward. Ward 81. Then Ward 91 may follow. Ward 91 may follow. 2 speakers. You can go, sir. Ward 81.
So it's 2 minutes. Kibu. Oh. Chief Whip of Council, Siabong. Reboge gape presentation ya mayor. Ntate Dada Morero. Ko 81 re na le these human set these ba di bitsang mikhukhu e mengata. In 3 areas, we have Baghdad, we have Mimosa, we have Grenville, we have Organic Market. But plan ya lona, it's only addressing Organic Market. We have people go Baghdad, how kaya mole, how kaya ko Mimosa, ke mathomola fela. So why those areas, Grenville as well, go 18, it tlogetswe le yona. So why is it not part ya planning ya go lokisa the informal settlement in our ward? Ke a leboga.
Thank you. Next speaker from 81.
Dumelang Sanbonani, all protocol observed. Libitso la ka ke Theo wa Kgalengwati ke tswa ko Ward 81. Number 1 first, Mr. Morero, our executive mayor, spoke about 15 kiloliters for ESP members of society when it comes to prepaid meters for Joburg Water. Unfortunately, Region E doesn't have any prepaid meters for Joburg Water, only Soweto and Cosmos City. So maybe if you open that up, we might benefit, but otherwise, I'm still concerned that the ESP members of Region E have been sidelined. Number 2, very important. I wanted to raise the issue of non-performing ward councillors and the issue of non-performing city officials. You walk into a health facility, City Power, Joburg Water, and you find that you have to beg the person who is in front of you to do their job. You walk in and it seems like you owe them a favor. And they forget that when you walk in, you are the king. What happened, like private sector says customer is king, but not when it comes to the government of City of Johannesburg. We come in there and we have to beg for services. And then when it comes to our ward councillors, we vote them into power, but once they cannot perform, we cannot vote them out. It seems the only way they can be recalled is by their own political parties. What happens to our power here? We are now sitting with a ward councillor for 4 to 5 years who is non-performing and non-responsive, and there's nothing we can do about it. Can we change that process and look at it closely? Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Next speaker from Ward 91. Ward 91.
Sanbonani, ndiyazibulisa nani kunonke bahlonishwa. Mina ndinguThembisa from Ward 91. Iward yethu ihlangene naSandton kube ne-infrastructure. I-infrastructure kwiward yethu ayihoywanga, ayina service delivery. Asinambane for 20 years ndihlala pha. akuna mbane, akuna manzi. Izinyoka amanzi, umbane, kudala sicela ama-meter box. Asihoywa, sicela into ezimbini nje namhlanje kudala sizihambe DLP yonke lento sicela amanzi ne-meter box for abantu base Ward 91 infrastructure ihoywanga khona manje solution enizanayo nithi niyakhatha niyasibopha. It's not a solution because sawuhlala ngobumnyama singenamanzi. Siyanicela sifakeleni amanzi ne-electric i-meter box sizozithengela because each and every year kutsha imikhukhu over than 30. Istrati sethu sese clinic Masakane, esinye istrati sethu sese court, but asihoywanga sinibona qha xa kuzawuvotwa. Enkosi.
Siyabonga ma'am. Thank you. Next speaker. Ward 91.
Sanbanano Sabo Kulumayo was Ward 91. Mina ngizama problem by two. One, the main problem is bylaws. Bylaws la pepena work. We go to JMPD, they promise us they'll clean the place, but they don't. I asked them to clean the simple place, which is a church. They don't. So I don't know how do they operate with the bylaws. And secondly, to whom must I report if I can't see my councillor? I don't share a meeting with my councillor. To whom must I go and report? And I keep on asking this. Even with the IDP at Jablane, I did ask about this. And I think 2 weeks back or 3 weeks back at East Bank, I did talk about it. So I don't understand people. How do we operate and how does our government and the podium up there operates? Because every time when you look at that podium, you don't see a DA councillor there. Not even one. But we are in their wards. Then how must we feel? I, a straight talker, the man said apartheid.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Can we get a speaker, two speakers from Ward 105? Ward 105. Then 106 can follow suitly. 105. Then 106 can also follow. Only 3 speakers from 105. 105, only 2 speakers. Only 2 speakers from 105.
I'm here.
Abanye bangahlalela phansi bahlala.
I'm here to represent 105. Under the chairperson.
Please, we've been flowing very nicely with our meeting. Let us not derail. Wonga Mawati, they gave us 2 speakers. 105 cannot be different from other wards. Let us take 2 speakers. The rest may sit down. Thank you.
They are going on a caucus, they'll come back.
Okay, basa caucus abazobuya. Inkulu le ndaba abafuna ukuyikhuluma. Ward 106. Ward 106. Anyone from Ward 106 can come forward. And bahlali ngicela kancane nje umsindo. We've been doing very well. Can we take it down a bit? No one from 106. Can we move to Ward 107? 2 speakers, Ward 107. Two speakers, Ward 107. Ward 107, 2 speakers. You can go, ma'am. Okay, Bahlali. Kancane nje, so that we are able to hear one another. Thank you.
Dumelang kaofela. Ntate Dada, my wish kore o tle ko women hostel. Ko Helen Joseph, mo 107. Councilor rena ke Ntate Ngwenya Floyd. Re na le mathata ko hostel. Hostel e bodile. Ene re ba bantši ko hostel re na le batho ba baholo ka mohare. Mo gating a ke itse gore gate sa le robe haneng. Are safe. Are na security ko rena. And then hape hona le dirumo tse ding di tsenela ke makaka ka mohare. Hona batho ba baholo ka mo teng. Since ba re ba tlo bantsha le today. Di light kitchen ha rena di light kaofela le di passage tse ding a dina di light. Ba ba nnang go dimona ke mathata roofing ya nela kaofela. Di room kaofela roofing ya nela. Re na le internet ko gating. Ne le di toilet tsa masepala. Libitso la yona internet elan ba ibiditse inhlakanepo. Ona no ha isale ya masepala ba le ba re yo thusa batho ya patelo. Is 550 registration ha o ya mola internet a teng Wi-Fi e changeile e bitsang bogoto. Na re itse re o irahalang Floyd wa re faila. Too much. Ke lebohile.
Thank you. Next speaker.
Sanibona ninjani? Sharp. Igama nguveli ne. Ngihlala eWard 107. I won't speak ngama issues ase hostel ukuya phezulu sebawakhavile. Baba Mayor, where I live it's a complex issue. Why? Ngihlala emaflatini. Ene lama flat lawayana awakudala. What happened was munabotsotsi abe city abanikeza abogogo bethu ama permit yini konje ama title deeds while the flats are rotten. Now molanda ama official lapayana e region E to ask them ukuthi hayibo how can you intervene assistant better. The only thing they will tell you ukuthi nina you are landowners and it's wrong that thing because when they gave people the title deeds emaflatini they did not fix lapa. Better, Executive Mayor. Number two, the same area which is called the phase 3. Phase 3 is a flat and a corner. A flat that have inside Melekambi moto. There's a tar road inside. But now, there's no tar, pothole. We have went to an extent of funin tabat. Yalavantaba akapagate lokshini, siofara lapa so that our cars can move freely. And then Executive Mayor. Those people from City Power are started serious. Why in Kulumaranja? I'm speaking because if phase 3, it's a semi-urban area whereby you find your houses and flat. And then just behind it or in front of it, and every time they want to build, they don't go get them kukwin. They attack these ones, and that thing is a problem because amongst
Your
ourselves.
time is up, sir.
So we still and you see the lap. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Two speakers from 108. 108, two speakers. Two speakers, 108. You can go, ma'am.
Salmonan, Ukama Pamela Okandlovu, A108. Problem esinayo lingati ngifuna ukubuza ngendaba ye park yase 108. Ukhansela last meeting naye wathi kune budget ye park iphumile. Mara still now, ipark angenzwa nix. And eparkeni kuhlala amaphara, kupark yase 108. Siyandlula. Number 2, indaba ye bonding ngeke sayiphatha because 107 uye wakhuluma ngayo. Yokube indaba yama bonding. Indaba yama toilet. Bebathi bazolungisa ama toilet ayi 150 e108. Since now, ayikho into yayenzeka. Okwesi-3, isikolo I old golden yakudala namanje asingakazi feedback Became masiza la ngoba last bebakhuluma bokuki meeting IDP. So bethi makuza manje bazokhuluma way forward so sebakuphi mara still akuna way forward. And then another thing yama ward committee speaker sicela usolvele yona ne councillor sina 2 years singayenzi ama meeting ama ward committee. Sicela silungisele yona nisifixele yona ngoba ukansela ubiza ama public meeting nama nekram yiyo sokuhamba ward committee wase 108 ama ward committee awasena la bangena khona so sicela nisilungisele yona le ndaba yama ward committee speaker ngoba kwamanje masikushilo last ku meeting wathi wena awazi mara kwamanje makubizwa makubuzwa ku meeting bathi lento matter iku speaker uspeaker akazi nix mara ukansela ithi ku speaker so sicela nisilungisele yona ibe right ngiyabonga.
Thank you. Next speaker from 108.
Thanks, Chair. My name is Lucky Mabona, Secretary of Sanko in 108. I've been going through the CAPEX, and it's unfortunate that whatever that we see in the CAPEX, it doesn't talk to us, more especially the residents of 108. Speaker and Executive Mayor, since from all the IDPs, we've been talking about our old roofs. And when we talk about old roofs of Alexander, we are talking about Izintezake between 1912 or 19 Banban. But we've been told those roofs cannot be fixed because there's no budget. So we are requesting, Speaker, Comrade, can we kindly ubabmabaso azobona lama roof awethu awase Alexander because lama roof awabogogo kuhlala bogogo and abogogo bazobanelwa yimvula because they cannot be fixed. The second thing, when we talk about empowerment, youth empowerment, we've been speaking about into Gordon. And Gordon School has been taken over by certain people who are running itself, Uti Baba raise the imali for born. We've been saying let that school be turned into a community center so that it can be accommodative to the community. A108, we don't have a clinic, we don't have a community center, we don't have anything accommodated. And another thing that it's an issue alama container wasemalboro. Can we kindly, Executive Mayor, be afforded as the community of 108 an opportunity to occupy those containers because money is being spent in those containers and nothing is happening. We are frustrated ukuthi imali yaphuma ayalungiswa and akunanto eyenzakalayo. Another thing, can you kindly remove le bonda le apartheid elise Vasco? Can that wall be removed because it reminds us of the apartheid regime because we understand ukuthi belakhelweni. Can we kindly be safest as 108?
Thank you very much. Thank you. Ward 109 is Ward 107 ready? Okay, Ward 109. 2 speakers from Ward 109. Speaker, we are standing on the ground of Ward 109, and the councillor is not here. The councillor was supposed to have welcomed this meeting, and the councillor is not here. It is very disappointing. Ward 109, you can go.
They are caucusing. 105 is back.
Okay, 105, are they ready?
Yeah. 105.
105, are you ready? 2 speakers. If you agreed, you can go. Thank you.
Dumelang, my name is Lerato Babili, Ward 105 Housing Ward Committee. The issues we listed down. First thing is electricity. The second one is the drain system, 18th Avenue. Drain ela ena le mengwaga e butse batho ba wela mola re kopa city re thuse ka yona. The third one is, this one is for you, Mr. Mabasa and Mr. Mayor. Issue of K206. The dispute housing. There is a flat and rental issue. That we've been there with that issue for more than 15 years now. So we went pillar to post about it. No one is willing to help. As a housing ward committee, I'm experiencing a lot of cases about that. So can you please, Mayor, attend to this one? It's very urgent. So can you please attend to this? It's flat and rental, extension 9 and extension 10 in Alexander. Can you please attend to that one? Thank you.
Thank you very much. Next speaker from Ward 105.
Evening all. My name is Angel Shongwe, a resident from 105. Thank you, Leboni everyone, because he knows there are hot issues more at 105 and he's not taking them serious. Mr. Mayor, you've mentioned London, Shibobo and Linen Drive. May you please add Loloke Kanalik Bridjakoskian as a matter of agency? The streets are not good at all. We have a problem. East Bank Avenue residents have inserted a gate. Back into a gate, a long connector, Mike Diradingwe, East Bank Avenue, of which we share a street. Right now, extension 9 via London, we have only one entrance. We're using a local clinic, Elinko East Bank. Mr. Councillor has been approached to get this thing, but he never did anything. He was approached immediately, Haifeto Kena Gate. Ramlata, Mr. Councillor Ariana, he went, but he told them, they haven't. Yena wetsa ankaru ramotor abasotli batu bueleren. He calls JMPT immediately, they demolish. Why not the gate? Right now, Renal one entrance. Should gate the Amatomoko extension 9 Ikenya Tente, which means we don't have any entrance and exit for that day. So, Mr. Mayor, may you please take this serious for the gate because Renal go East Bank Clinic. Now they have to take a long drive. And that way, nearly an easy way for us to clinic. So, Mr. Tifo, may you please work with the committees to how? Uskaba underestimate. Please work with them. And the project, may you please engage youth. Youth. We want to work for our community. May you please, let's not underestimate. Please engage with us. We also have elevated minds, telling the ideas. Don't spectate us. Ask us for project A, and we'll give you a wake away. Please, Councillor, take us seriously.
Thank you. Ward 109, 2 speakers. 109, 2 speakers.
Thank you very much, Chief Whip. My name is Ayanda Kulu, the acting councillor of Ward 109. Because we heard the speaker, you said there is...
Just order.
Speaker, we just wanted to raise few issues, other colleagues, but why my time is starting at 1:32. But Speaker, we wanted to raise the issue first of the councillor that we once saw the day we were electing. The councillor have never been here, even today is not here. That's why I'm an acting councillor today, because the councillor is forever not here. So I must represent the community. And also, Speaker, we want to raise the issue of the invading of land in Marlborough by foreign national. All the time, those spaces owned by JPC, the foreign people, they are invading those spaces, they are even building flat and rent it out to our people. The second issue that we want to raise is the issue of Vasco Street. As Mayor, we have mentioned London, there is also Vasco Street by the Swetla Bridge. The situation is dire there. We can't even drive properly there. And I'm happy that the councillor or MMC of Housing is here, because we have an issue with those containers who have been there, I think it's 4 years now. We're supposed to be there for COVID containers, but they are still here. And every time they are about to finish, they are being invaded, and then the tender is out again so that they can continue to work. So we don't know if it's community or contractor that is sponsoring this issue of invading. And also the barricading of Joskei River, because the rain season is going to come and we'll be trying again. Thank you. The last one, Speaker, I just want my invite to come to the council as a councillor, because it's not fair. and my salary as well.
Okay, what's the order? You can come in, sir. Thank you.
Dumelang kaofela. A ke tsebe gore ke thome kae ke felele kae, mara ke tla thoma ha botse. Ke tswa mo re a shoma. Mo re a shoma mo gaufi le Thokomokoma clinic. Ho tswa ka mo re a shoma o tsena ka mo clinic, you are not getting any service, a good service. A hone ntho e le wa e kira e right. O ka kena mola ka nako ba bulang ka yona, mara o tswa mola ka 2. There's no service there. Ke kopa ntho e loke. And then we really have an issue ya space sela se le mola mo bana ba dlalang mo teng. Space sela ho tswa ho ne le batho ba ile batlang ba re ba tswa 4 ways kae kae ba tlo occupy space sela. Ras need ras hloka space sela. And then ke kena ka mo re a shuma ka mekhukhung ye re le mo dumping site ya housing ka no ya women settlement. Since re le mola material o berekiswe mola ntlong mo mekhukhung ela, or everything ye berekiswe mola is no longer there. Ha isa leyo. So ne re kopa gore mkhukhuela re tlosiwe mola re ho be le something else e tla etsahalang, because of now is leaking ka fase le ka hodimo both side ha o sana ntho e lokileng. Issue ya drainage, ho de drain e mathang almost every day. Storage ka mo ara mkhukhuela re zamile o reporta re tsamaile all over, but ha re thole ha one ntho re thotseng e kaona, ha one fit ntho e kaone re thotsi, I can say that. Mara now
20 seconds.
ya rena tlamile ro tsuma ditaere o ro etsa eng ro ntho a rena e khone utlwahala le ntse la khona la rena le khone utlwahala. Please ke kopa le tle re thuseng ka taba mola mekhukhung ela.
Thank you very much. Thank you. We've got 2 wards left. Ward 115. Anyone from Ward 115? 115? No one. No one. You coming? Okay. And then what? 116 can come closer. 2 speakers. 116 can come closer. 2 speakers. We are starting with Ward 115. Ward 115 can go. Ward 116 may follow. You can go.
Greetings, my name is Nompumela Dlamini.
Okay, bahlali kancane nje.
In 115,
Kancane nje umsindo. Thank you.
So in 115, we have so many challenges. First of all, service delivery. There are toilets. Agcwele ama-toilet lapha. Ama-toilet lapha drainer only for 6 months. We are staying there. Kufanele masiye toilet siyagula. Imgwaqo yalaphayana kuhambeki. You can't go anywhere because kungcolile. Even if you pick it up ikhona lapha iyacleaner, but still kungcolile kuleya ndawo. We were promised ukuthi they will do a formalization. I-Region E isaphethe i-data base yase-Region A, which said ukuthi kunabantu abayi-500 kuleya ndawo. That is not true. Because imkhukhu seyiningi igcwele laphaya. We are confused because ne-councillor let us last. Actually, there is no councillor because the councillor himself is confused together with the ward committee. The ward committee, they are not doing a service delivery, but they are very interested in a project. Where should we cry on? As today we are saying, but we want a service delivery. I'm not going to say much. You know 115 Kaya Sense pipeline. You know the place. I'm not going to say much because it's city EIS Leandao. Leandao since Yasuga from 96, Yayago 115. There is no progress. There is no different. Sishala a zombie. Thank you.
Thank you. Next speaker.
Hello, hi, my name is Lebus Khotodi. I'm actually turning.
Okay, Batlali,
Oh, sorry.
Batlali, we've been doing very, very well. Let's keep it at that. We're almost done. Thank you.
I'm 18 and I'm in grade 12, and yet I'm still here instead of doing my assignments. And why? But before I answer that, is our counselor actually here? I just want to see if he actually showed up to this one. Since all he does is just pretend to be a counselor, but yet never shows up to be in his shoes. Is he here? Mark, are you here? Exactly, he's not here. That's what he does. He always says, I will be there, but he never. How many people know him? Nobody does. And second thing is that electricity, I'm a grade 12 year learner. You guys depend on us for the future leaders, yet we don't have electricity to actually further our studies, to actually show that we are capable of being future leaders. I also want to be part of you guys up there. I also want to sit down, look at the people and promise them, but I don't just want to promise, I want to fulfill. Because me being up there, I'm not just up there to sit and relax, but I'm up there for the comfort of my people. Third thing, informal settlement. We had people come to our place, Cassins 115, and tell us that we have houses, but yet today I still live in a shack. And yet I wake up every morning, walk to school, because my school bus has 200 kids in it that carries 78 children. That is my worry, because since I am here, I deserve to be here, and not just only here, but also as a future leader, and also as your political leader, as it is my wish to not fulfill only my wishes, but their wishes. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Well spoken, young lady. What 105, ngibona ngathi kunesiphithi lapho. Sicela two, hambani yokhokha sokungcono. Sifuna only two. We are the last ward. We can only take two. We are coming to the end of our Q's and A's. We want only two speakers. Abanye ngicela bahlehlele emumva, please. Abanye ngicela bahlehlele emumva. Bahlali, we have been doing very well up until now. It cannot be correct that at our last ward we are having issues. Abanye abahlale phasi bahlali, angeke nikhulume nonke. Only two will speak. Thank you.
No,
okay.
No, I mean, about caucus, 2 minutes.
Pudi, you can come in, but Sisi, you can sit down at the back. You can come in, sir. Okay, order. Order. Okay, Pudi, you can come in. You can proceed.
Elang sanbona. Mina kamala musipho kwala, ngihlala la 17. Sometimes siyenze mina lento le cause nabona ukuthi abantu bayajahiwa nanane. But anyway, mina I'm not going to be long. IDP, the people's plan. And there's nothing about the arts here. So, Mr. Mayor, can you please consider the arts? We've got arts organizations and we can see, I can't remember who once said, a nation that does not have art has no soul. Please consider us. Alexandra it's one of the oldest townships in the country and we are not recognized. We've got a lot of history and a lot of insights and a lot of things that are going on like township. So please consider us. Please come talk to us or can you come to our office?
Next speaker.
Sanibonani ngegama nguphumzile angazi noma ngizokwazi ukuthola yonke into but
njengoba ubhuti sekashilo in terms of my artist mina ngicela ukunzela ne solution thina as art collective sithathe I decision yokuthi sithatha rubbish from the river which is ama logs ama bottles we plastic ama plastic and then siyenze ama art sculptures ngawo to make park yethu clean. If you can do ama meetings wenu on the site the hub, I think nizobona umsebenzi esiwenzile laphaya and then sicela ukuthi nina nis assist ukuthi sizokwazi ukutraina abanye ukuthi sikwazi ukuqhubeka ngeAlexandra or even go to other rivers to try and keep our rivers clean for everybody. And then I've got a point, Ebati capacity increase for Vasco substation at 16 Vasco, normalization of overhead electricity supply for 13th, 14th, and 12th Avenue Vasco to Hofmeyer, road resurfacing, unblock stormwater drains around the ward, and also ngasejoske gune pipe elileta amanzi ahlezi ashintsha makhala, either pink, red, orange. Please, sicela ukuthi nisithathe serious. As much as sinifuna ukuthi sinithathe serious, nani sithatheni serious. And then enye into kwi-budget sicela nathi as ama-artists njengoba sizofaka loluvo lethu esilufakayo oluncane oluyi-2 cents, sicela ukuthi nisibaleni. And then indawo zabantwana ziyathathwa kufakiwa imikhukhu kufakiwa ama-container. Nithi abantwana bethu badlale sesiyasaba kuba ney'ngane because abantwana bethu abandawo ezi-safe zokudlala. They are being raped, they are being exposed to drugs because akunandawo akunazinto zokwenza. Nabantu abadala ama-soccer players indawo zabo ziyathathwa akhiwa imikhukhu engasetshenziswa. Abomama bethu baphethe amasifo waka 96 97 bayoze bashone ningenzanga lutho.
Thank you very much. Bahlali, I think we have come to the end of our Q's and A's, but I would have done some huge injustice if I do not appreciate yourselves. I think I've shared maybe second or third time in this region, and you have always been a great audience. Give yourself a round of applause. Thank you very much. Thank you. Next up, the speaker will take through the mayor and the MMCs to come and respond. Siyabonga. Thank you.
Hey, Region E. Amandla, Region E, Amandla. Phambili nge-Region E, phambili. Thank you for your comments. Online platform is still open at the back. And siyabonga Region E. Ama comments wenu executive will get an opportunity right now to respond. And I would like to call the first MMC, MMC Mabaso. There's quite a number of questions that were raised in regards to a human settlement, ama containers. So MMC Mabaso, I think this is an opportunity for you ukhuthaza the residents of Region E about the way forward. Ankhona ukumshayela izandla the way
No, thank you very much, Speaker. Greeting to the Executive Mayor, all the MMCs that are present, the officials of the city, the residents of Region E. Ngibingelele kubabuthwala, siyabonga babukubona. I must say that I've got quite a lot of issues that were raised relating to the Department of Human Settlements. And I do need to give justice in providing the responses, but I will try to be very brief, considering that it's already after 8, and I might take an hour to respond to all these questions. I want to start with the issue of Alexandra. 2 weeks ago, We had a meeting with the MEC in the province because we are aware that the City of Johannesburg alone or the provincial government alone cannot be able to address all the issues of human settlements in Alexandra and Marlborough and all other areas in Region E. But we took a conscious decision that because already there is a task team that was established, because there are issues, that also talks to the land claims in this region. There is also a court interdict, on the development, and the request is that can we deal with issues of property ownership in Alexandra so that we are able to commence with the development. So in that meeting, we then agreed with the MEC that we need to invite the national government, the Land Claim Commission, to be part of these engagements so that we are able to drive this program towards finding the lasting solutions for the people of this region. And HDA was appointed to address all these issues of human settlements in this region. The Department of Human Settlements in the city has appointed JDA also to assist in dealing with issues of human settlements in the region. So we had then agreed, that after we have consolidated all our work, the city and the national and the province, we will then sit down with yourself as the executive mayor and the premier and come to this region around June so that we are able to present a plan of action that will see us addressing and dealing with the issues of human settlements for this region. So that is the work that we have already commenced doing. And I'm saying that already there are meetings that are sitting. There is a technical tax team that we have also established in the city. And also there is another one that is also chaired by HDA. But I think you are also aware that last year there was a council resolution that talked to how the city is going to deal with issues of land claims in Alexandra in particular. So all those issues are on the pipeline. There are technical meetings, there are meetings that are chaired by myself and the MEC at the political level that are working towards finding lasting solution for the issues of human settlements in this region. So I wanted to start there, so that I give comfort to the residents to say, as much as we are experiencing all these issues that they've also raised in these IDP sessions, but there's quite a lot of work that we are doing in terms of planning, in preparing the government and the city, in making sure that our response is directly to the issues that people are facing on a daily basis. There is an issue of the containers that have been raised, and I agree that this matter should have been long addressed. The containers should have long been completed. But here we are, sitting with the project that has not yet been completed. And I think you will also be aware that in the current financial year, there was no allocation that was allocated for the completion of the containers. And it's only now during the adjustment budget where there was funds that are allocated. And the JOSCO has been given a letter to proceed. So the letter from Finance and the Department of Human Settlement have been dispatched to JOSCO, and JOSCO is going to resume site. But I need to emphasize this point, and I think one of the leaders raised this matter to say every time when we are towards completing the containers, they get invaded. And after we have evicted people, then we need to go back again and do assessment and invest more money for us to do the refurbishment or the remedial work of the damages that would have been caused during the eviction or the invasion. So we are asking our residents to be patient with us, and we understand that they are frustrated, and we understand why, but we need to complete these containers so that we allocate them to the beneficiaries, considering that we've got quite a number of informal settlements that are congested in the region, and we do need to use those containers to decongest our area so that we are able to get in to do some work in terms of development. So you will be seeing the contractors back on site because Joshco has actually received the letter which confirms the availability of funds as approved by the Council of February. There is also issues of flats maintenance that have been raised, and there are quite a number of wards which got these flats in this region. I must say that the department did conduct an assessment to determine the amount of work that must be done in maintaining and repairing all these flats. And you will know, that the plan of the city is that after we've completed the refurbishment or the major repairs and maintenance of these flats, we need to transfer them to the beneficiaries so that they take ownership of these flats. But the reality is that we will not transfer the liability. We must transfer the asset, hence the imperatives of maintaining or refurbishing these flats so that by the time we transfer them, we do not transfer the liability to the residents. So there is a report, so it will only depend on the budget that we will receive, so that we get on site for us to do all those maintenance in the flats. But we have noted all the issues that have been raised, but we will make sure that even in the upcoming financial year, at least there is an allocation that talks to the maintenance of these flats. The department had also appointed professional consultants to conduct an assessment on all our bonded houses in the region. There are bonded houses in the region that are dilapidated and they require major repairs and maintenance. The department did appoint professional consultants to conduct assessment, and that assessment will then give us a direction on how we should go about refurbishing or maintaining or do major repairs in these old what you call bonded houses. So after we've obtained the report from the professional consultants, we will then be in a position to outline our plan in terms of doing the work in these bonded houses. The issues of informal settlements, we have noted them. We've got quite a number of informal settlements in the region that we are working on, where we have appointed consultants. They are in different categories and different stages of upgrading and formalization, but we still have other informal settlements where we are still doing the assessment and national government is assisting us. So after they've completed their processes, we will then incorporate them into our business plan. But currently, we've got 9 informal settlements in the region that we are working on, and others are still with the national government, and they will hand them over to the city after they've completed their own processes. So we understand that these processes of formalization, they take time, considering the amount of studies that must be conducted, and other areas they are highly congested. There is a need for an alternative land so that we are able to relocate some of the residents to those particular spaces for us to get into the informal settlements to work for the formalization and the upgrading of the informal settlements. But that does not prohibit us from providing interim services. So if there are issues of interim services in the informal settlements, I think they can also raise that with the ward councillor so that we are able to attend to those issues, because it does not really need that we need to convene or converge into an IDP session for the residents to raise issues of access to basic services before we could respond to that. So as and when they encounter those challenges, they need to report them to us so that we are able to attend to those issues. So I've noted down some of the informal settlements that have been reported to us on issues of basic services so that we are able to provide those services while we are working towards formalizing our informal settlements. I've noted also the issues that have been raised by a leader or a resident from Ward 91 on the provision of basic services. I've noted the issue that have been raised around the organic market and the other informal settlements that are within the ward. So I've also noted those issues. There is an issue of the Helen Joseph Hostel, We have appointed Johannesburg Water. EM, they've conducted their assessment, they are finalizing their plans and designs. We will be attending to the issue of the sewer in Helen Joseph Hostel. So Johannesburg Water, we did appoint, and they've requested that we afford them some time for them to finalize their designs. And once they have completed their own internal processes, we will then introduce a contractor at Helen Joseph Hostel. But already there is work that Johannesburg Water is doing. We did appoint Johannesburg Water for the work, but also EM, there was a conversation that the hostel must be demolished. And I had requested the team to get engineers to do a conditional assessment on the structure to check if the structure is still intact or not. Because I had said it will be very difficult for us to go and demolish, having not been advised by the engineers. So the team in the department, they are still working on that. And after we've obtained that report, we will then make a determination on the future of the structure of Helen Joseph Hostel. EM, there was a request for an oversight from one leader, was a 108. I've engaged with the ward councillor. I'm going to find a date and we are going to conduct that oversight in 108 ward. So we've agreed with the ward councillor. The issues of extension 9 and extension 10 on the rental dispute, I'm going to engage with the ward councillor so that we understand the issues. But I know that there is a conveyancing process of transferring these properties. So we do need to understand all the issues around the dispute so that we are able to assist in resolving all those disputes. So we are going to engage with the ward councillor. We are also going to convene a public meeting or a meeting of the affected tenants so that we are able to address and deal with these issues of dispute. So I'm going to engage with him. We are going to come to the tenants or the residents so that we are able to deal with the dispute as they've been raised in this meeting. EM, there is also an issue of the Kaya Sense. We did appoint City Power. City Power is busy with the assessment. We'll be electrifying that informal settlement, EM. I did conduct an oversight in that informal settlement, EM as well. So I know the informal settlements, I understand the issues. We also appointed consultants for the upgrading and the formalization of the informal settlements, but I understand that there are a lot of issues that we still need to deal with within the Kayas and informal settlements. But there is work that we are doing, EM, because there are consultants that are appointed, and City Power is also appointed there to provide electrification. But we will also be engaging with the leaders so that we are able to get closer to them for us to deal with other issues that they would have raised with us. EM, I know that I have not done justice in providing response in some of the issues, but we have noted them, colleagues. We will be engaging with the leaders, we will be engaging with the ward councillors to see if we could not address them or maybe conduct oversight so that we are able to deal with some of the issues within the wards where our residents are actually living. So EM, the last issue that I want to talk to is the issue of Calfontaine. I know that the MEC did visit the area. We will be engaging with the office of the MEC to see how we can best deal with the issues of infrastructure there, because it's old RDP houses, I agree, and we should have provided the infrastructure, at the point of the construction of those houses. But it did not happen at the time because the Spluma was not yet introduced when those houses were actually constructed. But we will engage with the office of the MEC to see how the province and the city together can respond in providing especially the road infrastructure so that we even deal with the issues of flooding in the area. Thank you very much, EM.
Thank you so much, MMC Mabaso, the MMC of Human Settlement. Region E, apologies. The issue surrounding ward councillors and everything that was tabled on the floor, as legislature will sit down with ward governance and look at our reports that were submitted. So we don't take those comments lightly. We'll make sure that we put processes in place, that public meetings must be held. According to legislature, there must be at least one public meeting a month. So we'll follow up on that. I would like to call the next MMC for Community Development, MMC Nkonku.
Thank you very much, Madam Speaker. Greetings to Honorable Mayor, Honorable Chief Whip, members of Mayor Committee, and all the councillors, and greetings to all the residents. Dumelang bahlali. Yes. While only few specific matters related to Department of Community Development were raised in this region, here in this engagement, we remain fully committed to ensuring quality service delivery across all communities. Pamela, from Ward 108, we will look into the alleged budget which you claim was allocated for park to be developed but never materialized. And now vagrants have occupied the place. Please see me after this meeting. Ward 109, the community converted an area into a park for kids to enjoy, but now the park has been invaded by vagrants. Here I will consult with law enforcement, MMC for public safety, and JCPZ. Allow me to look into the matter and revert back to the community through Ward Councillor. Sipho Kwala, we have spoken to you during AFUF, African Forest and Urban Forum. During the Jaskei AFUF conference at the Jaskei River project, we are looking into your request, and we will revert back once we have put a plan together for all artists and all other sporting code. The department continues to roll out programs aimed at improving access for community facilities, enhancing recreational spaces, promoting arts and culture, supporting youth development initiatives. We are collectively working to maintain and upgrade existing infrastructure such as parks, libraries, sports facilities, while also identifying areas for new developments. Furthermore, our collaboration with national, provincial government structures is central to our efforts to build multipurpose centers, libraries that serve as safe, inclusive, and vibrant spaces for all residents. We appreciate ongoing support and partnership of communities, and we encourage continued engagements as we work together to build a city that serves the needs of every citizen. I thank you.
Thank you, MMC of Community Development. I would like to call the Executive Mayor to summarize everything. Executive Mayor.
Thank you. Sesiya summarize. Ngizoqala ngokuthi izinto eziningi enizikhulumile ezinye zazo sizokhona ukuziyenza kule budget ya this year. Ezinye sizazifaka kuma budget weminyaka elandelayo. Le ye BRT enikhulumile
Sesiqedile ngamhlanje emhlanganweni neDepartment of Transport ngoJuly 1st. Siyakholwa ke ukuthi nizobona amabhasi sewagijima kule ndlela le bathi Louis Border. So amabhasi azocala ukugijima kulonyaka ngoJuly. So nikhuleke lapho. Siqedile nabantu bonke bamateksi sayifoma le company yabo, so nizowabona amabhasi siyakholwa ukuthi 1st of July azabagijima kahle. Siqala ngamabhasi bangicabanga kahle bathe azoba 35 lawa soqala ngawo, and then with time azo increase to 100 and something buses ezogijima laphaya zizesifike esantini. Indaba yobudlumengela yobutsotsi yecrime iproblem enkulu la eJohannesburg. Nathi nizobona ukuthi sithathe enye insizwe ephume eAlexander sayibeka ukuthi kube yiyo ichief yamaphoyisa eJohannesburg. Ubaba uJaca uphume eAlexander, iphoyisa lamampela. So siyacabanga ukuthi kulama strategy esinawo ngoba ngoDecember sasayini contract neminister yamaphoyisa ukuthi sizosebenzisana nabo ukuthi basize ekuhlaleni silwisa icrime. Kodwa ke ngezinye ikhathi sithola ukuthi mhlambe nawo lamaphoyisa kibona abalore mbakeni butsotsi. So kitsona dintho tseo reng go tshwantse re sebedisane le lona re thusane re tlose batho ba babi ko seponiseng. Le lona re le mphakate ra le kopa hape ka ban le rona ra contributor ka go reka stolen goods. Re tshwantse re qale mo re tlogele go reka di stolen goods. Re kampane ra lo leibaya re patale ka di leibaya una lo reke ntho tse utswitsweng. Ra le kopa hape hore ba bang ba lona le re thuse ka re nyaope la re ka ba isa bana ba ko di rehabbing. As long as santsane rekisiwa mo re dulang ha re no solve a problem. So a re thusaneng re lwantshane le bao ba e rekisang. Informal settlements a cohort 81 re le utlwile ke inotile le yona. So kaofela ntho tsa lona tse re di nkang ka sheko re tlo di nka kaofela tse dingwe di kentse online, re tlo di tlhakanya kaofela re produce an IDP report ya ko region F, region E askis ay ko re bekele hane ke presenter ne ke le ko region F ko patswarela etla ra re qeta re dinka ntse re ya region ka region re tlo di kopanya kaofela re mo di needs tsa lona tse le di buileng ke tse feng tse re kgonang ho di etsa mo jareng e ya 2025 2026 ya ba gera di kopanya re di kopanya ka yanong mo budget process. Era re announce budget ka May. Ditletlebo tsa lona re tla be re di kentse mo. Yes, hona le tso never re kgone di etsa njareng e re tla dinka re di beele ko 2026 2027. Tse dingwe re di beele ko 2027 2028. Ka le rona ra budget ha re no kgona etsa everything ka nako e one. Maruna le tse lileng haholo tse lona ke tsa service delivery which are not exactly IDP. Kinto tse government e tshwantse dule e di etsa. So tseo tsa lo lokisa diterata tse le buileng ka tsona re tshwanetse re di lokise re tla re lo di lokisa. Ke a kgolwa hore re lebile haholo re le masepala. Ho na le ntate o ileng haholo moo. A re nkare ha re shebe ntho tsa art. Ra di sheba ntate, re na le Department ya Arts and Culture. Ho na le ntho tse ngata tse ba di etsang. So ke a kgolwa hore lona as an organized group, you can come to us and share with us, and we can also share with you the products that we are doing in that sector. So itlang ka pele re kopane le lona, MMC ya lona ke ye ke ntate Nkonko, o tla o lokisa mohlangano o wa lona. All in all, the flats issues in 107, we have noted them. Those that are owned by the municipality, re tla tla re lokise di ceiling le di roof. Go na le project e re lo ndima yona e leng ya qala ka 2016, 2017. That project refers to the landowners, and I think uno bua ka yona. But when o bule fela ka di roof, but we've got a relationship and with the landowners, because they've also made a claim on their land. So we are trying to work with them to resolve the land issues. Tsa di landlords tsa ko Alexander. Number two, it will then impact on the issue of the roofs, because it was a provincial and a local government project. So we'll have to find a way. It's good that we to see it today, so that if forced the mayoral committee or reshebe, re ka di answer through your ward councillors, re tlo araba hore na ra kgona ho etsa and jwang. So I think we'll work on it and give you feedback. Eya Gordon School, Councillor Kashile Francisco, untsa re rasetsa ka yona. A re bua nnete ya Modimo fela. Le 2 weeks ago ane ke kopane le ma councillor untsa re Gordon School. Re tlo e sheba, re tle ka solution, and the solutions are there. So Gordon School ra e tseba, ntse re batla fela solution. Ke a kgolwa he batho ba Modimo, tse dingwe tse re tla sebedisana le lona re thole solution ntse re ya pele. Because IDP ke yona e re thusang hore from time to time re tsebe gore batho ba rona ba tlhoka eng, re ka sebedisana le bona yang hore re le mmuso sikhona ukuthuthukisa impilo zabantu, ngoba umsebenzi wethu njengo government ukusevisa abantu and respond kuma challenges wabo. Si mayoral committees khona ngamhlanje simzwile, sizohlanganisa yonke into, but ngifuna ukutsho ukuthi singanithembisi okungekho. Zikhona sizokhona ukuzenza kulonyaka. Ngempela mighty 1st July until next year June, zikhona izinto sizoziyenza kulezi enizikhulumile. Kodwa ke anyeke sikhona ukuzenza zizonke. Sizo prioritize, sibheke nokuthi iphakethe ibudget ime kuphi. And sizobuya nani sinicele ukuthi sicela ipatience. Ezinye sizozenza kanje, ezinye sizenze kanje. Ezinye nizikhulumile dibatla provincial government le national government. Re tlo dinka le tsona, re comrade premier, comrade president, ki itse dintho tse batlang government ya gago le ya panya hore ba re thuse to respond to those tse leng tsa bona. So all in all, we had a very good meeting. Helen Joseph isale e raiswa ke councillor before Councillor Floyd. Councillor Maseko ntse e raisa alwana. Ke a kgolwa le ena o teng ka sheko. Mme Maseko. So re nkile qeto hore mo budgeting ena, and ke a kgolwa Councillor Mabaso re tlo tshwanela ho sebedisana le Councillor Floyd le community, because sometimes Re na lo nka di-decision tseo le horeng ha se ntho e batlang ke batho. Re nkile decision ya hore we are putting aside money ya sewer for Helen Joseph. I'm not sure it's exactly what the community wants, but from the reports from human settlements, we are setting aside a sewer budget so that we can resolve once and for all the sewer problem for Helen Joseph. So it's in our budget for this year. Anqedile. Re re leboge, re re Modimo a letse hantle, and thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Executive Mayor. There's an announcement, a quick one. Thank you to all our officials, and a special thank you to Abahlali, but can we please allow the residents for Region E to be the first that go to the kitchen, ukuthi nothola into encane nje, you know, something to eat, but can we start with all the residents first, then after the residents are done, the officials can go get something. We'll meet again for CBP sessions, but for manje, the meeting is officially adjourned.